Welcome to Omi O Podcast. I know it's been a minute, but we're back. I am your host, Ifabukunmi, and I'm here with my co-host, Ifatoyin.
Hello.
And go ahead.
I'll just say hello to people.
Yes, it's been a while. Okay, so we are here today on this podcast to discuss Olokun and Olosa. Yay! So, I'm going to open up with prayer and we'll get started. Boring irritable.
Where does Olosa preside? What does she preside over? That kind of thing, right?
Am I back on?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, like it stopped for a second.
Oh, okay. You're good.
Oh, okay. I just updated it. Okay. Anyway, what was that? Yes. Now, who is Olosa? Olosa is the Orisha of the lagoon. Um, Primary small body of water like lakes and rivers. You can't call her in lakes and rivers, but what a lagoon is a small body of water that is separated by land, like the ocean, and you have this small body of water probably connects to a river as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's important that land, man-made land, separates it. Um, her colors is blue and white. Um, she sometimes is honored with by a Olokun in a Olokun festival. She is like a Olokun's right hand man. You know what you can give to a Olokun, you can give to a Olosa. Um, she's like the person that sits right beside, like an advisor, to the king. And what I want to do is say that divining with a Olosa, you can do the same thing as the water or in trance or obi. Um, what things that you would pray to a Olosa for specifically would be like abundance, prosperity, money, general well-being, purification. Um, and you can offer her honey, white cloth food, pigeons/doves, gin. You can also give her silky cola, whether it's, I guess, in the fruit form or you can make it into the syrup. Efum, flowers, fruit and vegetables, hen, she goat, coral, mirrors, and things of that nature. Um, Let me see. And also, I want to say you can find her in your wiki or Meji. And I will say an excerpt of a Meji. I'm going to say it in English because it's my Yoruba. I don't want to hurt you with my Yoruba again. Okay. Olosa cast divination for the water. On the day they were going to collect water from the river of Olokun, they said that the water would flow to the river of Olokun. But before the water would flow, they should make a sacrifice. They made the sacrifice. Divination was cast for the water. The water flowed, the water sustains the entire earth. They were advised to make a sacrifice. Divination was cast for the water. See? What this is what a Torah Meji is saying is that it's showing the influence of Olosa and the fresh water and her connection with Olokun. Um, they It shows the importance of making sacrifices and performing rituals to ensure the sustenance and flow of water, um, which is vital for your life. And it just like you can meditate on it and see, what does this Oriki, not Oriki, but Odu verse say to you. Okay. Now, Ifatoyin, do you have anything else to add?
Oh, you left something for me?
Oh, I left a lot for you. Yes, yes.
Okay, well, let's see. Yes, Olosa presides over lagoons and like small bodies of like enclosed water. Primarily, she's known for the Lagos Lagoon, the lagoon that's right outside of Lagos in Nigeria. Um, but yeah, that's like her. Just like Oshun has her river, Oya has her river, Yamaja has her river, Olosa has her particular lagoon. But of course, if you can you can worship Olosa at any lagoon or lake or small body of water. Um, there is an Oriki for her, and I can do my best to do the the Yoruba and then also the translation.
Brave one. Brave, brave. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, the Oriki goes Olosa ayaoba okurimesan omitingbe ayero ajepe Omo Olokun iyagbe iyalaro ominira àti nítorí enyomi obìnrin tí ó ń ṣe ládé ayọ̀ omila toba bobo omi kékeré ọba tẹ̀ngbẹ́ omila ọmọ ara òkun ara odò tí ń fi omi dá lórí ẹ̀yin ọmọ Olokun àgbẹ̀ ẹ má ṣe mí léṣo ọlọ́ṣà tí ń fi ògo rin omi ọlọ́wọ́ orí omi gbẹ gbogbo ènìyàn àrí omi sàn asán lórí mi obìnrin ńlá tí ń fi ẹ̀pọ̀ sí omi. And what that is saying in English, Olosa, the wife of the king, mother of 9 male children, the water that sustains the earth, the child of
Mm-hmm.
Olokun, mother of farmers, mother of dyers, freedom, because of you we rejoice, woman who wears the crown of joy, great water that encompasses all small waters. The king who resides in great waters, child of the sea, child of the river, who blesses with water. Children of Olokun, bless us, do not harm us. Olosa, who glorifies the waters, noble one, the water that sustains all people. We see the flowing water, it flows over us. Great woman who adds oil to water. So you definitely seeing this.
Ashe.
You definitely seeing this Oriki, our strong connection to Olokun. Like everywhere you see Olosa mentioned, whether it's in stories or Odu, you always see the mention of Olokun right alongside with her.
Mm-hmm.
But it also, this Riki also demonstrates like the importance of water to like just everything we need to do in life, like whether it's farming, whether it's, the work what we do, whether, anything that represents water sustaining us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Olosa, that's what what represents Olosa.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so she's really connected to all of the water deities, but of course Olokun being the big water, Olokun is always mentioned with her.
Yeah.
And I think also the important thing, so there are different Odus and different Itans that mention Olosa and Olokun together. Sometimes you'll see her referenced as Olokun's like junior sister wife. Sometimes she'll be
Mm-hmm.
referenced as Olokun's child. Sometimes she'll be referenced as Olokun's servant, or if it's connected to like the male Olokun, she'll be referenced as Olokun's wife. So
Yeah. It depends on what the story is,
exactly, it depends
saying.
on the
Okay.
story, depends on the lineage, depends on a number of different things. But the important thing is that she's always like the close helper of Olokun. So she gives
Yeah.
You said she gives a lot of the same blessings as Olokun. You can go to her for blessings for money, for prosperity. Um, she doesn't give everything that Olokun does, but like the main ones, you can go to her. So it's like you can call Olokun through Olosa, but you can't call Olosa through Olokun, if that makes sense.
Ben.
So you can go to the lagoon and you can make offerings to Olosa and also make offerings to Olokun and call Olokun there, but you can't go to the ocean and call Olosa because Olosa is Olokun's helper. Like you said, her right-hand man, her
Right hand.
right-hand woman, and
Right
woman.
hand woman, man.
Uh, yeah.
Right hand person. Person, yes.
But she's there. Like sometimes a Olokun will ask you to make offerings to Olosa because it's like it'll help give your your prayer and your offering to Olokun or
A
like
boost.
for money. Yeah, it'll give that
Mm-hmm.
her an extra boost. It's like the example I gave before. Like if I'm a Olokun priest and I have I have a someone working with me, helping me to do the
Mm-hmm.
work, I'll say, go ahead and you can leave your offering for me, but go ahead and also leave a small offering for, my helper, my assistant, or whoever is working with me also. Because
Mm-hmm.
that will get like extra support. You'll be
Yeah.
having my support plus my helper support,
Yeah.
really adding the ashe and really boosting your need or your requests or your prayer for money, for prosperity, for blessings like that.
Yeah.
So it's always good to remember Olosa when you can, and if you're asked to make an offering to Olosa in a divination, just know that it's also so Olokun can really you know give you that extra support.
Yeah, it's like when you go like meeting a head person, sometimes
Hmm.
you getting good with the assistant or
Hmm.
the person's closest to that person so that they can put in a good word for you, you know.
Right, right.
um Oftentimes when I'm going to go meet with someone and their secretary, I give them, not to say that she's a secretary, I'm just saying, give an example of giving a gift or being nice to that person is going to, put in, make you in a good light to the person you're trying to meet.
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
Yeah, so she's the extra supportive Orisha to Olokun.
mm,
And you can also just go to her for just general well-being, cleansing, purification, as well as
mm,
abundance and money. She doesn't give
mm,
children like Olokun does. She doesn't really, do the healing stuff and the wisdom stuff like Olokun does, but definitely the abundance, the money, the general blessings, cleansing
mm,
part that Olokun does. Um, yeah, so let's see.
yeah.
She there's a festival. So there's a story about Olokun and Olosa. By the way, another name for Olosa is Osara. So
Mm,
sometimes when you see the name Osara, that's also talking about Olosa. Um, there's a festival in Ile-Ife that honors Olokun and Osara together, and it's based on the story of Olokun being the first wife of Oduduwa, but was
mm,
childless, couldn't have children, and so because she couldn't have children, she allowed Oduduwa to take a second wife, and that second wife was Olosa. So when Oduduwa married Olosa, Olosa was able to bear him many, many children. I think like many, yeah, many children. And so this made Olokun happy. This helped Olokun to feel like she was fulfilling, her obligations as a dutiful wife because she was able to allow, this other wife, Olosa, to come in and
mm,
bring children into the family, into the household.
mm,
So this is why during this festival, it's like a very big deal where they, the the children of the Araba and the Awos, they wear akbon and they march through the streets into the shrine of Olosa, and it's filled with all this big pomp and circumstance, celebrating that. And then a lot of times, the when there's rain at the festival, that really signifies that, Olosa and Olokun are happy and are, accepting the festival. So
Mm, mm.
that's just one example of, how they're always portrayed together.
Okay. She's also like sometimes portrayed with an alligator, um, which is not her primary symbol, but she's seen with the alligator. Um, she is also there are a lot of there are not many Alosa priestess out there. It's not as abundant as an Oshun or an Oya, priesthood. But they are there,
Mm,
still in Nigeria. There are probably some in America as well. Um, the one thing I do want to point out is the pollution of her lagoon that's in over there in Nigeria. I mean, it's
mhm.
it's not good. They're polluting it just like they're polluting the ocean river. Like, why would you do that? But um, maybe perhaps we can pray that um, they will try to clean it up as best as they can. You know, people will be more aware of their surroundings, even if you don't practice. You should want your waters to be clean. You
Right.
know, that is a personal thing. But um, I'm hoping that the lagoon will get a little cleaner and that she won't be so upset because who wants to be in a dirty environment? Nobody.
Well, and all of the water orishas, I mean, they like a clean space. Like all of
Yep.
Oshun, Olokun, Olosa, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Yamaja, I mean, all of them, they like cleanliness. So, um, it's really
Yeah.
as Orisha people, we really need to be at the forefront of, cleaning up the environment, because it affects the natural habitat where we worship. So, yeah,
Yeah, there is I seen a video of people who went to the ocean for doing a ritual and they left the surroundings. The sacrifices are there, everything. All that they just left the mess
mm,
there, and that is not right.
mm-mm,
Like clean up after yourself. Why would she want to sit there and bless you when you left her environment,
yeah,
in disarray like that? Like it takes
yeah.
nothing to clean up after yourself. Come on, people.
And one thing we really have to be more mindful of, and I try to, like, I'm always mindful of this, but I see other people, maybe not so mindful, but if you're gonna leave a sacrifice, make sure it's biodegradable. Make sure it's, something that can go back safely into the environment without making it toxic. You know,
Mm,
don't put like plastic into the water. Don't put, cloth, that's not gonna disintegrate and go back into the earth. I mean, make sure that, when we're leaving our offerings, we're thinking about what's biodegradable, what the earth will accept without, you know, toxifying it, and just be mindful of that.
yeah, yeah. And when we were meditating, she came.
Mm-hmm.
You could see her. Usually she's like, she has long hair. She's a woman, and she has fish scales.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like when you meditated, did she come to you at all? Did you see her?
No, I can just feel when I'm normally, it's
Okay.
more just a feeling. And yeah, eh, like you said, like, there are a number of different, um
Ways that she can show up, right?
yeah,
She can
yeah,
show up as anything.
yeah.
Um, Depends on her mood, and,
Hmm.
and your connection to her. But most most of the often time, I see, people see her as a woman. She got fish scales, and she's with one of her messengers, which is the alligator, or isn't a crocodile.
You seen her with the alligator? Because I was told that the alligator is not really her symbol, although a lot of people do associate it with that, but she doesn't preside over alligators. She doesn't,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to be in lagoons, yes, but she doesn't really do anything with alligators. That's what I was given.
Okay, okay. Well, it depends,
Mhm,
like it can not one is right and not one is wrong. It
mhm, mhm.
depends on your relationship with that Orisha and how she chooses to
No, but
show up, and also your lineage.
I'm asking, like, did you see
Mm.
her with alligators? Like, did she tell you that was her animal?
She says she's around alligators. It's not like her primary
Yeah.
um Orisha. Um I mean not Orisha, but animal.
Mm,
So, and then she told me that she likes silky cola.
yeah,
I
I remember
remember
that.
that.
Yeah. But yeah, you can
Mm,
sacrifice chickens, goats, pigeons, doves, primarily
mhm,
her sacrificial animals. You can give her food, like you said, similar to what Olokun takes. Um,
mhm, mhm,
honey, white cloth. Um, yeah,
mm.
the color white is important to her. The number 7 is just like Olokun is important to her.
Yes.
Um, yeah.
So, is there anything else we like to speak about, Alosa?
Um, I don't I don't think so, unless, we're happy to revisit and answer questions. If people have questions and want to leave a comment, we're happy to do that at some point. But yeah,
But
I
the
think
most important to take away from this is that Olosa is very connected to Olokun.
yes.
Um, that you can go to Olosa to speak to Olokun. Alosa will boost your proposition, your prayer.
Yes.
And also she can also give certain things as well. Uh,
Mhm.
you as well, and um, she's a very important Orisha. Even though she is, less, her priesthood is not, is abundant, but
Right.
she's still important. You still should not forget Olosa. She's honored with a Olokun during the Olokun festival.
Mhm.
She's just as important as Jaje, you know?
Yes, yes. I've also heard that she works also sometimes with Yamaja and Yewa. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah.
because rivers
Mhm.
flow,
Yeah,
into the lagoon.
right.
So she can give messages as well to those present Orishas. All water, you know, um, connects to each other.
Mhm.
Water has no enemy.
Exactly. No enemy. She likes gin, she likes efun as well. Um, hand mirrors, coral. But yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much it. Um,
So take us out in prayer. Um,
okay.
Ifatoyin.
Okay. We give thanks today for everybody coming to listen to this information about Olosa. And we pray that the message reaches far, reaches wide, to really help people to connect with this particular deity, but also with the water as a whole. We give thanks to Olokun for putting this in our hearts and our minds and in our spirit to speak with Olosa. We thank Olokun for her messages that we pass forward and we bring forward to the public in order to give correct and accurate information on Olokun and the power and the energy of the water. We pray for everybody's abundance. We pray for everyone's prosperity. We pray that everyone has what they need when they need it. We pray that that everyone listening to this podcast will not be lacking in what they need spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, and physically. We give gratitude, we give humble respect, and we pray for continued growth and continue to reach, and that we will be able to come forward in quicker time to, to share with everyone the majesty and the awesomeness of the water. We give humble thanks. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo.
Asheo. And our next podcast, what is our next podcast on?
I think we're going to do Olokun and Oshun.
Oh, Ore, yeah, yo.
Yes, so that should
Yeah.
be probably a little bit longer because, there's a lot of information on.
Oh, yeah. You know.
Yeah.
But yes. Okay. So please like, share, subscribe. Participate in the polls that let us know, where you're coming from, who our audience is.
Mm-hmm.
And we would like to hear from you. Let us know. Are we off? Did you have something to say? Do you have any questions?
Yeah. What would you like to add? Maybe
Yeah.
if you're an Olosa priest, please, let us know, anything we didn't cover or anything you want to add to it. We love to hear it. We love to learn also. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in to Omi O Podcast. And we'll try to be a little bit quicker with these, but life is life, and we will always come back to share um, wonderful stories and connections to this wonderful Orisa Olokun.
Yes, we're not going anywhere.
Ashe.
So,
Okay. Well,
um,
thank you for listening. Till next time.
all
Bye.
right. Ireo.